Wow. So sorry I'm late. I got a good excuse. I was at a funeral. So I was this close to cancel, but I thought that I would not do this to Emmy because she would have killed me. So I didn't cancel, and I took the latest flight that I could take to be here in front of you and to wrap this beautiful day. Sadly, I couldn't listen to all the content that was presented to you today, so I'm just going to tell you, the mood of the day, and we're going to talk about Ledger Recover. No, that's a joke. We're not going to. We're not going to talk about Ledger Recover. However, we're going to talk about it in a way, in the sense that I was thinking about what I would say to you today to wrap this up, and and it's something that struck me when Ledger Recover happened, and sort of the backslash that we saw online, which is, I think we sort of mistake cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, other cryptocurrencies. We mistake this for the sole case of speculation. It is something that we saw in 2022 when the Celsius and the FTX of the world went under. And the question from all the journalists is crypto or is Bitcoin dead? And our answer then was, but look, crypto and Bitcoin is not just the speculation use case. I mean, it's interesting that the price goes up and down, but it is not exactly why Bitcoin has been designed. Actually, the price of Bitcoin and the price of Ethereum is a security feature. If price of Bitcoin goes to zero, then the Bitcoin public blockchain is not very secure. If it goes to $1 million, it increases the security of said blockchain. And so since the beginning, actually, Ledger has always been focused on utility and not so much speculation. Actually, every time I speak to a journalist, I'm being asked, what's going to be the price of Bitcoin? Can you predict the price of Bitcoin? Is Bitcoin going to go up? And my answer is always, we don't speculate at Ledger. We're not here to speculate. We're here to design products and experiences to make crypto secure and easy to use. And it's very difficult to innovate because, the use case of buy and hold and a hardware wallet being like cold storage, it's something of 2015, 2014, when I joined Ledger. The use case then was, I'm going to hold on to my Bitcoin forever, and I'm going to wait for the next billion people to join crypto, and eventually the price will go up, and I'll be very rich. It's actually not something that I ever say to myself. I never got into Bitcoin to be rich, but I thought it was an amazing piece of technology to actually give some digital freedom back to people. The fact that you can own a digital asset, the fact that you can use a peer-to-peer digital money system to transfer value, I mean, that is the innovation. And people ask for a long time, what is the use case? Well, it is the use case. If you try to exchange digital value from one to another, you always have an intermediary. If you use your bank, if you use your credit card, if you use any kind of online payment system, you have an intermediary. With Bitcoin, you don't. So this is the killer app. But the next layer of scalability comes probably from Lightning and different things. And we all know that most of these blockchains are still in their infancy. So I think the problem that we need to have in mind and what we need to solve are sort of three things. One is infrastructure. I looked at the infrastructure business in crypto, and it's still very nascent. You don't have much infrastructure in crypto. If you think about the internet, the internet has been developed through infrastructure. The faster the internet goes, the faster the applications can go, etc. But the infrastructure layer is, very important. And there's a bunch of telcos that got built thanks to the internet or providing infrastructure to the internet and therefore became big companies. If you think about Cisco, the question is like, who's the Cisco of Web3 today, or who's the Cisco of crypto? The sad answer is actually Amazon and AWS. That is the real answer. They make, I think, something between $1 and $2 billion in revenue with every Web3 company that runs on AWS. So that's who's making money. But if you think about like a pure Web3 crypto company doing, secure, decentralized infrastructure, you don't really have many players in the space. So infrastructure is, should be a #1 focus for the industry, and we should think about that. Actually, it's interesting. Everyone that sells infrastructure is not getting paid. Like, once you try to sell infrastructure in the crypto business, nobody wants to pay. It's interesting. I don't think crypto is going to go very far if we don't develop like a very strong, secured infrastructure, secure decentralized infrastructure layer. Okay, that's #1. #2, once you have that, you need connectivity. Your crypto on your phone doesn't work very well. Today, if you think about like the hoops that you need to go through in order to connect to any app or DApp, etc., it's very difficult. Try to demonstrate this, like do a video of it and then show it to your friends and see how they like it. It is very hard to use. The connectivity of crypto, Web3, etc. is very difficult and most of the time very insecure. You do this from your phone, from your computer. These are not security devices. They have not been designed for this. So, of course, losing the private key is a problem, but even if you forget about that problem, the ease of use that you have to connect to the utility of sort of cryptocurrencies from your phone or computer, it's very difficult. It doesn't work very, very well. So connectivity is the second problem that we need to solve. And the third problem that eludes me now, but I'm going to open my phone. And I'm going to tell you the third problem, and then I tell you what I think is the solution. Pardon. I got all my maps open because I couldn't find here. Yeah, of course, the third problem, I keep on repeating it, is like sort of utility. Once you have infrastructure, connectivity is like, what are you going to use it for? And, I think we at Ledger and in general, whether it's because we're opening a platform so third parties can develop on top of it, or because we have an investment fund, we're really looking at these utility cases, like, what are you going to use your crypto for? There are many things that are actually coming. If you think about what Starbucks is doing with loyalty points, is a great use case for utility, and they're not playing with this. This is not really like something that they're testing. Is not really a proof of concept. It's really something that they're going for. But if you think about all the utility cases that can be built on top of crypto, this is what makes crypto interesting and what gives value actually to a public blockchain. Not so much the speculative aspect of it and the fact that a coin can be pumped and dumped on the next exchange. And so these three things combine, that creates usage. And actually, the reason why it's important is probably even more important than what we all think, because life is such that at the same time that crypto is created, AI is also coming full speed. And if you think about what AI is digital abundance. There will be more digital content going forward than ever. And crypto, and I'm not talking about cryptocurrency now, I'm talking about crypto, is digital scarcity. And so the two things are the two sides of the same coin. And so if we don't make crypto much easier to use, if we don't enhance the experience, we will, but we have to, because how will you decipher a human being from a bot, an AI bot, or someone that is a spammer in the future? It's already very difficult today, actually. Most people are struggling with this. What Elon Musk is trying to do with the blue check, and what we're struggling with when it comes to social media is like we don't really know who's writing. So we don't know if it's an attack from from a rogue state. We don't know if someone is trying to manipulate the election. We don't know if it's true. And tomorrow, we don't even know if it's human. And so the use case of crypto is very clear, actually. Crypto is very good to prove something. So I can send you a Bitcoin because I can prove that I'm the owner. I've got the private keys. I can prove I'm the owner, so I can send Bitcoin from A to B. But equally, I can prove many things like this. I can prove that I'm human. I can prove that I'm above 18. I can prove that I'm French. And yes, nobody is perfect. But I can prove that, you know. And so this is coming, but it's only coming if we can develop, you know, sort of great experiences. And, you know, there is probably something that I think is wrong to think going forward, is that everything changes, but nothing will change. It's like, oh, you know, all of this is happening, but, you know, but I don't want to change my habits. Like, you know, I still want the Web 2 sort of ease of use. I don't really want the control, etc. Like, I mean, crypto, in order to prove that you're someone, you need to be in control of your private keys. And so to be in self-custody is not just a philosophical stand of, you know, I want to be free and so therefore I want to have my money, but it's also the only way that you can actually prove that you're you. Like, if you don't have your private keys, then how can you prove that you're you? If you give your private keys to someone else, it's the same way that you're doing today. Like, you know, this is the difference between your Google account, who's not exactly you, and having your wallet with your private keys connected to an experience. And so, you know, the past 20 years were probably Google connect this, Facebook connect that, and, you know, that was the way that we connected to things. In the future, it's going to be your wallet that's going to be connected to most of your experiences. And, you know, don't think cryptocurrency too much, don't think speculation too much, just think, like, you know, to connect to any experience, really, you're going to connect with your wallet. Even to connect to your Twitter, that's going to be the best way for Elon Musk to know if you're human or not, and to give you a blue check maybe with a discount, you know? Because suddenly you can prove that you're human, you can prove many things, and this is how you will connect. And all of the secrets that you have online anyways, and outside of cryptocurrency, and especially your identity, today they're at risk. You know, everything that is on your phone, your computer is as good as gone, and, you know, the rise of cybercrime is not to be demonstrated. There is one book that you all need to read, and it's called "This Is How They Tell Me the World Ends." It's a great book. It explains exactly what's happening in, you know, cybersecurity and cybercrime in this world. And so it's not a problem that is going away, it's a problem that is exponential going forward. And so whether it's cybercrime, AI, etc., you know, who we are online is really at threat. And the only way to actually protect ourselves, really, and to be human and to be individuals online is through crypto. And so I think it's a problem that we should all have in mind, because this is really the problem of the next, you know, 10 to 20 years to solve, and we cannot solve it if we don't build great infrastructure, if we don't build great connectivity, and if we don't build great utility on top of all these public blockchains, because public blockchains will help in the process, but we also collectively need to build an application layer that sits on top of that, that makes it possible for humans to prove that they are humans. And if we can make that happen, I think crypto will boom much more than what has boomed in the past. Again, on the sole use case of speculation, I don't think the market is doing extremely well right now. I mean, I was talking to someone else the other day who was saying, like, oh my God, if Binance goes down, like, we all go down. I mean, that's a fucked up statement. I got nothing against Binance, and, you know, I wish them well, but, you know, if the whole market is Binance, then okay, that's a real problem, because, you know, since when did we do Bitcoin to centralize it and give all our coins to a bank? So anyways, innovation is very difficult, as you could see in the past 2 weeks. When you try to do something, you know, people have issues, comments, etc. You know, and I'm not denying that there aren't many ways of building the future, but the speech that I wanted to give you today is to say that, you know, think crypto, not so much always cryptocurrency. Don't think too much about speculation, but more about utility. And if humans have a future online, it is crypto. And so we have to build this together. Thank you for your attention.
Pascal.